All right. Good morning. Yay. Let's see. It is October. Oh my goodness. It is October 7th of 2017. I can't even believe I am saying that out loud. I'm Gwen Schmidt, coming from California at 7:02 in the morning. If you're joining us on playback, yay. If you've not joined us live for fear of putting on your face or coming in your jammies, I hope that you can get over that and join us live, because we come as we are. There is no pretenses here. This is just to bring what you know to the table and ask questions and, learn to be a better health coach and to be a better you. So this morning, we're going to talk about Facebook groups and friend requesting, those two things connected. We've talked about them separately, but today we're going to talk about putting them together. And specifically, this has come up because Alicia March brought up that she's in a ton of groups and she has a ton of friends. She even has a coffee group now that she's created from friends from a garage sale group in her area. I mean, they're just having a great time. She sells stuff and they meet up to sell stuff, and that's how she's met people. And she meets people with like interests because the stuff she's selling, the people who buy it are like her, whether they're kids' clothes or household things or, whatever. But this came up in the group that she was in. Someone commented that they felt as though when they were in a group and people were friend requesting them from that group, that they were only doing it to sell them something. That was the comment in the group. And so Alicia and Valerie and I, as you all know, they are my running partners. We work together and synergize and bounce things off of each other. And we really discussed it kind of at length about how that is different than what we are trying to do. And we want to make sure that everybody understands what they're talking about, and then that versus how we address this with being authentic. Does that make sense, everybody? So for instance, you join I'm in an empty nesters group. And I feel bad because I'm a happy empty nester, and my people in that empty nest group are not happy. They're suffering with their children going away. And anyway, but I've made a couple of friends from that empty nest group away from it we've private messaged each other and become friends on Facebook. And we have conversations and I follow what they do. But there's, 1,000 people in that group, but only a couple of them have, since I've been there, have become my friends. And here's the reason behind that. I'm not trying to get anyone. I'm not trying to make random friends from my group. Now, this is different. Please note the difference in this. We have addressed making friends on Facebook and adding friends and making conversations that way. That's different from this. We are talking about the groups that you are joining that have to do with your interests. Find them. You should have something that you love to do, people that you have common interests in, and find those groups. I think the example I used on that training was Trisha Kazarian. She's got noodles, those big poodle things, those big standard poodles. Oh, honestly, she's traveling to Monterey from Southern California for the weekend for a noodle event. And she's got these huge two of them, standard poodles. But she's made this, it's a whole group of people now that she's connected with. It's not to get them to do anything with her business. It's because they have a like interest. So find those things. And sometimes it takes a while to find the click. Sometimes you join different groups and you get in there and you kind of reading the messages and stuff, and you have to add and share pictures of your noodle if you have one, or your chihuahua, or your sports car, or whatever it is you're doing. You have to get in there and engage and see if it's a good fit. And then when you find those people that you click with in conversations, and you all know that, right? That's that intuition. That's that innate soft skill that you're perfecting as you coach, those listening skills. Those things that you do with your clients and with your family and with your coworkers now, you use those in groups. Even though it's not verbal that you're hearing through your ears, you can hear it in the messages. You can hear it in the comments when people talk. If you pay attention and you're focused on creating relationships, you will hear in conversations the people that are fun or that you connect with or that are people that like, whoa, one of the gals from my Gamer Babes, I'm a Giants fan in San Francisco, and I belong to a Gamer Babes group. And that's what they call, Kirk and Kipe, our announcers, call the women who are Giants fans Gamer Babes. And I know it's probably a sexist thing, but it's been going on for years, and that's what we are, and we embrace it. And I have a couple of friends from there that are really fun. And we've become friends, and we comment on each other's lives, and we've created relationships, and they're watching, and they know what I do because of my posts. And so when we became friends, it wasn't weird. Does that make sense? And it didn't feel like I was trying to sell them. And I know I'm using examples, and I don't want to offend anyone ever. But the other things out there that people are trying to get direct sales businesses going, right? Candles or eyelashes or eyebrow tattooing or whatever's going on. It's all wonderful, but we're different. We create a relationship with people before we start to talk to them about what we do, or before they see that we have what they need. Make sense? Okay, I'm going to stop talking. Input? Adding? Anybody had any experience with this they want to share?
I guess I haven't really had an experience per se. I mean, I'm a part of the Newport Fishermen's Wives group, and that's got, I have it's almost like my own little BNI. We meet one Thursday out of the month. So, but I'm friends with all of them on Facebook, and that's so easy to do. Like you said, when you have an interest, you know, these people, when you like the same groups or the same things, they're going to pop up anyways as, you know, suggested friends. So, I really like what Amy said the other day. My Facebook's been telling me that we should be friends for weeks now or something. So it's just kind of a funny way to introduce yourself to them. But, my train of thought, it was a good one. It just went out the window.
Come on, Jillian, you can do it.
I know, I'm thinking it's Saturday morning at 7 o'clock. Takes me an hour to get these kids up every single day. And here they are, right when I get on this call. No school. Okay, when I think of it all.
Okay. Susie, did you have something you wanted to add?
When I got on and was asking earlier in the week people's suggestions on what they said, because, you know, I had remembered what you said to people on Messenger, because that's been really awkward for me to make a friend and then all of a sudden just talk to them on Messenger. And so I started doing it this week, and I've had some amazing conversations with people. It is so much fun.
Yeah.
So, but I did find that it's like, oh my gosh, how am I going to remember who I talked to? So now I am writing them down, and I'm making a little symbol next to their name as if we are having a conversation, so I know, and just making notes.
Susie, you just reminded me of what I was going to say.
Good job. Susie, that's perfect. A good reminder. Go ahead, Jillian, before you forget.
Yes. So what I was going to say is, like you said, you know, even these people that aren't connections per se, like because you haven't shared what you do, they're still seeing it. So it's almost the, you know, a greater impact. But Gwen, you pointing this out of like, these are my friends or outside of this, or these are people who I've connected with, you know, just on a friends basis, you know, based off of interest. Something that I have done in the past that's really helpful is, you know, there's something to be said about getting those names out of your head and onto a list. So like Susie said, if you just write them down on a list, even if you haven't connected with them about the program, and you're looking at that list and you're, you know, asking, okay, who can I help today? Who needs this? Those names are just going to start, you know, popping out of the list. So even if you haven't said anything, it's funny, you'll just get a message, or you'll get a, you know, so those things are important to do. And like Susie said, it keeps track of them because you won't remember. I mean, you just have so many people you're talking to, you're not going to remember. So,
Yep. Good stuff.
thanks,
Yep.
Susie.
And go ahead, Glenn.
If any of you get the birthday notifications on Facebook, that can be a nice way to prompt a conversation also.
Yep.
That's a good idea, Glenn. I do that every morning. The first thing when I open up my computer, I look at whose birthdays, and I always send a picture, and it sparks some conversations too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Really good reminder. And just a little added thing to that too. If you do a group happy birthday and post on your page and tag the birthday people, all of the people who are friends with the birthday people will come to your page. They'll be drawn there. And one more thing. Yep, instead of individually. Mm-hmm.
That's a good idea.
Yep. That's just a little addendum. And while we're talking about that, because I mentioned this to Jillian the other day when we were chatting, everybody should be liking their own posts. When you post on Facebook, like your own post, or love it, or haha it, or sad it, or whatever your choices are there. That like brings your post into people's feeds more than just posting it. Okay, you know how when your notifications show at the top and it says Debbie Dobbins liked, Susie Downing liked? So it will show up in their regular feed because they're your friend, but it will notify them in a drop-down notification that you've liked something. And because I go there first. What do you guys do? Do you do that? When you go to Facebook, I go to the little number up there. First of all, I can't stand that there's little numbers up there, right? It's like my numbers on my cell phone. It drives me crazy. I can't stand that there's little numbers up there. So I want to get rid of those. And I would say probably 65% of the people out there in Facebook land feels the same way. So they're going to go there and that's going to drop down, whether it's on their phone at the bottom and pops up or it's on their laptop and they click on it and it drops down. They're going to go there first. So like your own post.
Thank you, Gwen. I didn't know that. I really appreciate it. I was going to add that I belong to a Parkinson's support group. My husband and I both do now. And people kind of know what I do, but I don't know them yet. And this happens just about everywhere we go in our lives, right? We see people over and over again, and they kind of know what we do, but it's up to us to build that relationship. And at least I take responsibility for that. And then I kind of decide if I would really want them to be in my community. Mm-hmm. And it allows me the opportunity to kind of look as a coach and as a friend first. But I see that this takes a lot of time. And so be patient with yourself. I mean, I've been a coach for almost 5 years now, and it takes a long time sometimes to keep those threads going with people. And eventually, people that you know, they're going to ask you questions, or they're going to say, what is it that you do? And I've gotten a lot of people over the years that maybe we call dripped on for many, many moons, and they will eventually come to you if you have what they're looking for.
Yep. And that's all we want to do. That's the point of this, right? And you'll hear this over and over again in our trainings from everyone. From Dr. A, Dan Bell, Doug Wood, Dan Valentine, from everyone. We are not getting anyone. We are not hooking people. We are not popping clients. We do not use that verbiage in what we do. That's not what we do. We offer a service, and our job is to get the word out about what we offer. That's it. That's our job. Our job is to spread the love, right? You have this, and at some point in everyone's life, they will need us, or someone they know will need us. It's either them, or they are the window that opens up and to us and connects us. That's our job. And we can't do that as successfully as we need to get America and then the world healthy unless we make more friends. If we keep our same little circle of people, this is all the people we can help. And after a while, we've even connected with those people's people, right? Because it's so small. If you only are on, if social media is it, and honestly, I know people have built this business before social media, and that's awesome. But with busy lifestyles now, this is it. This is how people are building businesses and are connecting with people and are getting the word out about what they do. That's the reason the people who are selling things are doing it so aggressively and trying to get the word out that way. And they don't have soft skills, and they've not been taught that. So they're trying to sell a certain, amount of stuff, and their circle of people is this big. Well, our circle needs to continue to grow. So while we're talking about this, everyone needs to focus on adding friends on Facebook. You need to add them. And the only parameter that I keep now is that I try not to make friends with anybody that are my coach's friends. And I don't accept friends from, like, if I'm friending, Debbie Dobbins is one of the coaches on our team. If I'm making new friends and I always click on the mutuals. And if Debbie is a mutual, I do not friend those people. Now, we have mutuals already in common because she lives in my town and we've been friends for 20 years. But other than that, I don't friend those people. And I don't accept friend requests from other health coaches most of the time. And if I am friends with health coaches, don't ever like another health coach's posts. And if it's a post you're going to use on your page, something you think is wonderful, don't comment on their post and don't like their post. Because now you've commented and liked it, and guess what? There it is, up there in notifications. So you've taken your world to see what you've liked, right? I mean, when I join a group, it says Gwen joined or Gwen liked, whatever, and you're like, oh, well, I kind of like the stuff Gwen likes. I'm going to go see what she likes because maybe I might like it too. That's what people do. That's what we do. I do that. Oh, Debbie joined that. Wonder what that is. I'm going to click on it and look. Well, that's exactly what happens when you like other coaches' stuff or comment on other coaches' things. Okay? And I know that we have done this in the past now. I know that we have commented, and you can do that if you have a coach that has put a client brag, and you want to say, oh my gosh, this program has saved my life and has saved countless others. Thanks for paying it forward. If you want to just make a comment like that, that's fine. But I don't comment on before and after pictures, and I don't like other coaches' posts, just for information. And you can do whatever you want to do. It's your business. If you want to do it, you can do it. But I try to refrain from that. Only because what we're trying to do here is educate you about the ramifications, right? About what happens on social media when you do those things. That's what we're talking about this morning. And that's the feeling, that's the whole basis of this call, is that conversation that Alicia had in one of her groups where that person was feeling like that. And then kind of immediately what happened with Alicia when she shared it with Valerie and I is that we all kind of went to red light thinking. We were all like, oh, well, maybe. And then we stopped and we talked about it and we talked it through, and it's like, no, because that's not what we're doing. And if that is what coaches are doing, then we need to talk about the difference between getting someone and doing something artificially and being authentic in being in a group, enjoying the people that are there, right? Because you want to do that. It's social media for you too. Enjoying the group, making connections, and being authentic when someone looks like someone who would be fun to have as a Facebook friend. Because their stuff is going to show up in your feed too, right? And you have to decide, and you have to know how that's going to make you feel, because that's what we want. We want good, I don't know what you're looking for, but I'm looking for good, positive, smiley posts when I get on in the morning. You know, give me a roly-poly puppy dog, or, you know, a little kid hugging a chicken, or, you know, whatever. It makes me smile and it makes me happy. And I comment that thanks for making me smile this morning, whoever shared it. And I'm truly, that's how I feel. So that's the kind of stuff you want to have in your feed. And if you start friending people and you start seeing that there's a trend, that maybe you've kind of gotten into a group of 30 people that's not the case, don't be afraid to unfollow them. Not unfriend them. Click on their page, and follow is right there under by their face. Click it, and there's a little drop-down menu that says unfollow. All that means is that they're not going to show up in your feed. You are still Facebook friends. They can still see what you post on your page, but their posts will not show up on your feed. I had to do a lot of that during the political stuff. And then I remember, oh gee, is Wesley still my friend? That's Debbie's husband. He's very political. And then, okay, there he is. I'm going to go back and follow him again and be his friend. And off we go. Deb, raise your hand.
I have a couple of things I'd like to thank you for. Thank you for this, Gwen. This is terrific. When we're talking about friending other people and being careful who we friend, as far as going for maybe coaches, friends, or whatever, there's an ethical issue that has come up in business where some people are actually friending other coaches' friends, and you wonder why they're doing that. And there's been a little bit of a mix-up in some coaches between coaches because of this inner friending people. And anyway, I don't recommend that you do that either, Gwen, for that reason. And another thing that I found out this week, I went through my Facebook groups and pages that I liked, and I had over 200. I never see those posts. I'd forgotten that I was part of it. So I deleted about 150 of those likes and those pages and whatnot. And guess what? I got a whole new group of people that started showing up on my timeline, people that I care about or that their posts are interesting, and it changed everything up. So if you inadvertently have liked a ton of things and you don't even remember who they are, go through your pages and take out the ones that maybe aren't even an active page anymore, and you'll find that you'll have a lot more room for people who will make posts, and you'll see those notifications. That's been really fun.
Great. That's spot on. Spot on, Deb. Thanks. Yes, and I'm gonna talk to a couple of those things. The coaching, the ethical part of the coaching, the friending things, same thing. When I talked about not friending Deb's friends, Deb's my health coach, it's the same thing for me. If I click on mutual friends, and always do it, you guys, don't always click when you're going in to add a friend and it shows suggestions. Right underneath it, it says mutual friends. All you have to do is click on mutual friends, and the little black box pops up and shows you all of the people. If it sounds familiar and you're unsure, click on the person's page that you're thinking about friending and look at them and see what, who they are and what they are and who their friends are, and see if you have. But never. I have Cherry Severson, who is Amber Smithson's mom. She lives in Houston. And she's a national director with our company, and she's very involved in lots of BNIs and community groups. And she and her husband, Dwayne, have lived here for years, like my husband and I. And, they're involved in a lot of things. If I ever have a mutual friend and it pops up and it's Cherry, never do I friend that person. And it doesn't matter whether it doesn't matter to me. If there's any connection there at all, I don't want the waters to be muddied. Ever. This goes back to transparency.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Always stay above the line. So there is never anything that's weird or awkward or ethical question. Not that it's unethical, just that there's never an issue. It will, I'm telling you right now, take it from me, it will make your life so much easier. Great point, Deb. Great point. The other thing, the groups, delete your groups. Yes, clean them up. This is housekeeping 101. Do this. Put it on your calendar as a rock. Every 3 months, do some house cleaning. Unfollow people. Get out of groups you're not active in. Here's another thing. Pay attention to people that you're friending. Pay attention and make a point of trying to visit different people, because honestly, people, especially in my age group, I have people who are dying. And the last thing I want to do is wish someone a happy birthday arbitrarily and it shows up on their feed and all their people, I don't want to do, that's weird. I don't want to do that. I don't want people to think that, I don't know. It's just housekeeping. Just try to stay up. I know it's hard, I'm pushing lots of friends on Facebook and I have a lot of them, but just be aware. Be aware of the things that would bother you. And just put yourself in that person's place, because that's what we need. That's what we want. Okay, I'm going to, anything else anybody wants to add? I want to share my screen and show you one more thing before are we good? Okay, I want to share this. I know you guys probably know already. This is how it works for me all the time. I'm always the last to know. So here's my page. Here's my page. When you scroll down to under your friends over here, see all your friends? Right here, friends. Here's my friends. There's a little button under here that says, see what you have in common with your friends. And if you click on this, it tells you, look, I love this. It tells you what you have in common with people. Look, here's Patty Vargas. I have 30 mutual friends with her. These are the pages she likes. Look. Here's what she does. Look, I don't know who Patty Vargas is. Look, she's an instructor in acupressure, Tai Chi, and at holistic. Oh my goodness, I need to be her friend. I'm already her friend, and look at, and here's your arrow. I know this is dumb, you guys. Look, you just click this little arrow right here, and it goes to the next person, and then the next person. Oh my gosh! This is invaluable. Did you all know this was there?
Yes.
Yes? Oh, okay, well, you should have brought it up, because I found this the other day when I was clicking around, because, okay, I'm going to stop share. I know, this is dumb. My voice goes up. I apologize. It's like whale, right? I am like Susie and Deb and Jillian, right? You have to write things down. Well, you can only write so much down, and the people that have come and gone and you've made friends with, I've been doing this for 7 years, and I've been on Facebook for not too much before that, but I have lost track of people. I am friends with people, and the people I'm making friends with now, I'm keeping up with, because I have a routine, my 3 and my 3 and my 3, right? But the people that I made friends with 6 years ago, I have people that pop up and say, you've been friends for 6 years. And I think, who the hell is that? I do not know who that is. Does that happen? Raise your hand. Right? Guess what? You can go to view what you have in common, and it's going to tell you about those people. So here's the deal. If you have not been friending people, start friending them. Start friending them. And if you're not doing 3 people a day, start with 1 person a day. At the end of the month, you should have 28 new friends or 30 new friends at the minimum. Minimum. You should be adding 30 people a month as a friend on Facebook. If you don't do it yesterday, then you do 2 today. If you're doing 3 and 3 and 3 and you didn't do 3 yesterday, you do 6 today. Don't do more than 6 or 9, because it pops up and says, make sure you're friends with this person before you friend them. Facebook's little antennas go up when you start to do more in a day. But do it. Make it what you do. Sign on, make a friend. That's it. So have it be your routine. Sign on, make a friend. Sign off, make a friend. Whatever it is. And then use that. You guys, I had never seen that before. Honest to Pete. And that is amazing. Because guess what? That's how I'm going to find my groups. I have never used Facebook for groups. I've never known how to do it. All these people find all these things and all these great inspirational things and these great groups and things that show up. I have never done that. What do? Do I go to the line? Do I search my subject? How do I do that? I don't know how I do it. Guess what? I don't need to do it now. Now I'm going to go to people I'm already friends with, who I have 30 mutual friends with, and chances are one of the groups they're in is going to be a group I'm interested in. So now it's a double whammy. Now I'm in a group that I'm interested in, and I already have a friend in there. So your interest factor is going to go, your radar little thing is going to go even better than it would before you did it originally. I had that written on the bottom of my notes, and I almost forgot to do it. So I'm so excited that I did that. Okay, I'm going to stop talking, and we're going to recap. Unmute yourself and add or ask anything about today.
I just love how I learn something from you every time we talk.
Yay! When that stops happening, we're going to need to stop doing this.
So don't unfriend me.
I feel exactly the same way, Jillian. This is terrific.
Yay. Glenn's just nodding his head because Glenn knows it all. Yeah. No, you didn't know that?
I'll learn more when I keep my mouth shut.
Me too, but I'm supposed to be leading this. Is everybody good? Yeah? Yay! Okay, I'm glad it brought value. If it did, if nothing else, we had a chuckle. I'm sorry that my voice gets so high when I get excited. There's nothing I can do about it. It's like a dog whistle. I think somebody told me at one point, right? It's like only dogs can hear your voice when you get excited. This is great. Honestly, I get more out of this than anybody can possibly get, because this fills my cup, and this gets me in that mode of, I love this, I want to help people, I want to learn, and then I want to pass on what I know. And when you sit in that water and you feel that way, and you fill your heart and your body and your soul with that, you can't help but pass along what we do. Look at me, I get teary-eyed. You can't help but being authentic when you join groups, right? Mm-hmm. Because there are people out there that wake up in the morning and are praying for something that's going to help them. And this is it, you guys. You are it. You are their window. You are their person. You are their lifeline. You are all of those things to help those people. And it's not about weight. This is not about weight. When you stop thinking about this business like that, and you have that shift, I promise you, everything will change. It'll change for you in your life. It'll change for you in your family's life. It'll change for you with your business. Everything will change as soon as you shift and understand that this is lifelong transformation. And everybody needs to know what we do, because there's some component about what we offer that can help everyone. It's not about weight. It's about helping people financially, helping people physically, helping people emotionally, and connecting with people so that you're connected to their world and you're there when someone needs them. Okay? Yay!
Yay!
All right, guys, we'll see you next Saturday, okay?
Okay.
Thanks for being on. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.